Hello,
Yeah, we can
welcome.
start.
Hello, welcome everyone. Today is a special edition. So I am the host on Moncef's show, and today we're going to speak to Moncef and really have him share his wisdom because he has been behind the microphone for so many years, and I think it's time to highlight his wisdom and his amazing ability to support everyone on the journey. So welcome, Moncef. Thank you for having me as a host.
Yeah, thank you for having me as a guest.
Yeah. Okay, so this is very exciting because I just want to say that I suddenly feel like I want to reach out to Moncef. So long story short, like we decided, okay, I'm just gonna offer myself to interview him, and I feel the topic is so on point and in alignment to the energy of September and this eclipse portal and this new beginning, old closing and new beginning we are moving on to. So without further ado, Moncef, I would I would like people to I'm sure all the audience know who you are. This loving presence, this gentle spirit, and this wise being that work with angelic kingdom. And I know that, okay, I know I wanted to let you talk, but I just want to briefly introduce you. The way I know you is that, yes, you used to be an engineer and then you were very courageously heeding the internal guidance and you quit your job and started this platform like way early in this trend. And I know since the last few years you have been traveling, like moving about different countries where you feel called to move to experience the community, the local culture, and the co-living space. And I feel that that is your way of walking your talk, like really, have the courage to go through all the internal limitation and to create a life that I would say many people find very inspiring. So yeah, would you like to introduce yourself, like the part that you feel it would be nice for people to know about you, like the new version, the updated version of you?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. And yeah, like you said, it's been a journey of many years. Like before I left my job, um, like I never thought my career will be on spirituality. It was just doing that for myself, traveling and joining events. Um, but later on, when I felt guided to leave my job, and it was like, it took me a year, maybe a year and a half. I was doing another podcast, another platform. It was mainly to get used to that and feel comfortable to be out there, because that was very, very scary for me. And yeah, like starting Your Divine Uniqueness, 2015, it's been quite a journey, as a service to others, and also as a transformation for myself, because connecting with the speakers, with the audience, it really helps me to shift the like the energy I've been holding and connect more to my true self. And also, like you mentioned, I've been traveling, and it was more like most of the places, they were coming from a guidance. Maybe I give like some couple examples. Like I felt guided to go to north of Turkey, to the mountains, and it's there when I started feeling the connection to the Pleiadians. I felt guided to go to move to Spain. I lived in like the north, Cantabria, if you know that region. And it was there when I started my own podcast, Beyond the Bridge. Yeah, I've been feeling guided to go to China as well, as um, like in a past life, I was like a priestess there, and it was one of the maybe most fulfilling lifetimes I had. And really, the energy was quite for me quite powerful there. So it's every place um, helps me in some way in embodying more of my true self, and also connecting to some of the gifts that's as a soul or higher self has, and have been expressing that in different lifetimes. And yeah, I never expected to go through that journey, and it's and also along the way there was many uncertainties, a lot of unknown, but when I look back, it felt like I was guided all along and protected. And yeah, it just with time, with experience, there is more and more trust coming. And also, I've been doing the group sessions. It's been I think 3 years or 2 years and a half, but I was not consistent in doing that. Recently, also, I mentioned that in the last month in the previous group session, because I stopped for a while, maybe 2 or 3 months, because I was feeling guided to be more with my own energy, because I was going through like a big transformation that will support in the way I hold the space for others. Maybe the sound, the message I share, or the formats, maybe it's the same, but energetically it's helping more at the soul level. People who are attending to connect more or to their true self, to their to the fullness or the wholeness of who they are. So yeah, so that's the introduction.
It's already very profound. Yeah, there are so many points that we could dive into, and I feel that will resonate, will be very supportive for the audience. Is that I feel we are always being guided, and of course, I think everybody's spirit guide style is and higher self is very different, and some are very loving and patient, and some are just more strict. But how did you deal with, early on, like, because you said you were holding a lot of energy, and then, starting the platform actually help you grow and move those energies. Can you talk more about that? Because I feel why I'm asking this is because very often we feel guided to start something, but then we have different program and belief or fear of rejections, right? So it's like me, I would procrastinate. And how did you deal with those uncertainty or this discomfort?
Yeah, I also procrastinated in the beginning, but because in the end I found myself I don't have a choice. I needed to move forward. So like even though I was scared, I just kept going forward and doing what I needed to do. And like it was more like a practice. I don't need to feel ready to follow my calling and do the things that I want to do. The fear, the doubts that we have in the beginning, it's more like the limiting beliefs, the traumas that comes to the surface, and also sometimes we believe that we need to heal everything and then we start. But many times we are aware of some traumas, some challenges as we walk the path, and that's what happened. So it's how to say, like, whenever I felt those fears, doubts, I just took time for myself to just feel those emotions. Sometimes I was going to the sea to just meditate there, and when I was feeling better, then I started working again. So it was in the beginning for a while like that, until I started to feel more comfortable in the work I'm doing. And yeah, I remember also in the beginning I was writing everything. I was reading everything. But yeah, it's I didn't force myself to just flow with the speakers. It came like when I felt more comfortable with it, I just started doing that. So so it was not also like forcing myself to do something, like honoring my path and like how I can deal with things.
Yeah, that's beautiful because we had a short look into your human design, and you are the right angle cross of the service. And even without knowing your human design, I could already say that, because the new paradigm, or the actual spirituality, is about you, like when you say, you feel the fear and then you be with it, and then you just hold space for yourself, and then you do it anyway, and then you heal through the process. And I feel that's just in alignment to, a lot of new teachings. And I just love how you share that, the more you leaning into the trust and the guidance, and with each place you visited, or you moved, you lived, or you stayed, as if that there's new energy that is coming up, from the environment and also within yourself. Because I feel like this is such a magical time that I feel, like your connection with Spain is so strong. Like every places you stay, it's almost like it healed and also activated new part of yourself. And together with the energy of the mountains in the north of Spain, it's also like very nourishing. And so I'm just, no surprise that you started the podcast there, and then you just going at it. And I find that very, very inspiring. Yeah. Like,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And also like sometimes we feel called to follow a path or do something, and we don't understand the reason why. And the understanding many times comes later when we walk that path. Like also like Your Divine Uniqueness, at some point I realized this was the platform where I can speak my truth freely, because I couldn't talk like about everything with everyone, so it was a challenge, because of maybe part of it the culture, and also people not being fully open to that. And then with time we realize that, because many times in the beginning we have an image about how we will share our gifts, how we will serve, and how to say, we get stuck in that image. We don't have that flexibility to let our path show us where we need to go. And then when there is some guidance, we may resist it because we are too attached to that image. So for me, I learned like to have that flexibility. Still, sometimes I have those. I found myself attached to an image, but when I have that awareness, then I let go of that. I become more open. It's like I let the universe to surprise me how things will unfold, and there were many surprises, like really unexpected. And it's how to say, because also many of us, and because how societies are built, it's we learn that we need to fight to achieve the things that we want to reach, our dreams, our goals. But we can reach, like from my experience, we can reach at some level, but there is stress going with that and discomfort. So it's like we are not really enjoying the path. But when we just allow ourselves to just receive, to let things come to us, even like small things, and when they come, appreciate them and feel grateful to them, to the small and the big things. And when they happen, we realize that it doesn't need to be, how to say, a struggle or working hard for that. So it's also in my journey, it has been learning about letting go of trying to control everything, and try to understand everything, because I have a technical background. We need to understand everything to decide. So I needed to find a balance, use that knowledge when it's needed, and also allow the heart to guide when it's needed as well.
Mm. Can you share a little bit more about, when you say when sometimes we are attached to an image of how things should come, how our gift should come, how we should be serving, and how do you, because sometimes we are not always aware of how when we are still attached to, and how do you know when you are attached to, and how do you know when to let go and instead of opening to, yeah.
Um, it can be in different ways. Sometimes it's just a knowing. But also sometimes when maybe I start to take action towards something, but it feels like things don't work, or it's like it's like the reality outside. It's like giving me messages, maybe to think this over, to give it some time and feel into it. Um, it's more about becoming when we become the witness of what is happening within and without outside. It becomes easy to recognize the messages and when to ask, when to question what is happening, whether it's it's our path or not. But also it can be tricky because sometimes it can be coming from trauma,
Yeah.
and we think that this is our guidance. That's we shouldn't do that because maybe something wrong will happen along the way. But it's more the fear that is bringing those emotions. So here it's more having the flexibility to take time to slow down, um, to be flexible about like different path, different options, um, not being attached to only one. And then with time, when we feel like more grounded, more centered, we allow ourselves to feel into those options and see how we feel, when we feel guided to walk into. But also when we make a choice, um, it doesn't mean we are missing out or on something. There are always opportunities, and because we can be indecisive at some point. So it's more about taking decision and then experimenting. We see what the universe will tell us through the messages, how we feel along the way. We feel this is right or not, if we need to change things in that path or not. So yeah, but it's trying to move forward. Like I said in the beginning, even there is some fear, it's not forcing it, but going slowly at the pace that we feel more comfortable with.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very beautiful because I feel, like when we are indecisive, sometimes it's the intuition guiding us that, okay, it's not the time to make decision, right? And sometimes it's fear. Like we are so afraid, like we're conditioned to be so afraid of making the wrong decision. But I feel through your stories, and if it's like, there I feel like we are being invited to live life in with more fluidity, right? Trust that whatever decision we make, we will receive what we need to receive, and we can always change, like make a new decision. Yeah, like
Yeah.
and because I feel very inspired by what you have shared so far, is that it's about really open to allow more universe. I think that's what you said as well, right? Allow universe and life to guide you and to flow, and because we always have idea how we should behave, or how we should live, and how we should perform, how we should serve, and and actually, like you said, like the healing takes place through walking the journey. Yeah, and I feel that's very much your it's almost like your energy signature. It's like you get to be the one that walk through your path and healing, with each step you take, you heal your fear that you said when you started the platform, a different platform. And through that, you get to be the example. Because, words, although are powerful, but if words unlived, it just doesn't carry as much energy as the embodied presence.
Yeah.
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 I actually wanted to
Yeah.
ask, like,
Yeah. Go ahead.
what made you decide to talk about this topic? What comes up?
Um, like feeling safe in our lives, maybe it's the biggest theme in my life in this lifetime.
Yeah.
And I think since my childhood, I wasn't feeling safe
Mm.
um, in being myself. So it's like that whole path guided me to share about that. And also like the main message of the website I created is feel safe in your light.
Mm.
And also I believe that our path somehow, like the challenges we go through, the traumas, um, it's like they are showing us where our gifts are and the path that we can follow. And and I heard that in many other speakers that have been on the show, they experience the same. It's like sometimes we don't like the challenges that we experience, the traumas. We feel like we wish that we didn't have any of those. But when we look deeper after going through the journey, we realize that they were gifts for us, and they make us realize like why we are here and how we can serve. And also because there are currently so many distractions, the energies are accelerating more and more, and this can create some kind of like we can feel unstable energetically in our body, and also this can be reflected as things may be slowing down or not showing up in the timing we were expecting them, or the way we we are expecting them to show up. And many times we can start doubting whether we are able to create what we want, whether or not we will be receiving what we deserve and what we want. So we don't save in the midst of all those distractions. So so this is why also I chose that subject, because I feel it's very important to us to feel safe, because many times the path that we choose can be uh, unexpected, unknown, and very different than others. But when we feel safe in our light, we can have the confidence to walk through that, um, and also to have because sometimes we like to have the community that supports our choices, but when we don't have people who agree with our path, like having the confidence in ourselves, in our choice, feeling safe in our light, can help us to become more independent, and become the leaders, showing the way. That's There are new ways of creating our life, because we are giving the example through that. And when we give the example, it means that others didn't follow that path, or maybe they are still dealing with traumas and fears. So so yeah, this is why I chose that subject.
Yeah, beautiful. So I'm curious that because it's almost like part of this feeling unsafe is in the cellular memory, but also the body, the emotional and energetic. Sometimes it's also, what we've been conditioned. So it's like from external. So how can you share with us, like, what does it feel like to like feel safe in your light, like in your current perception and experience, a personal experience?
Um, Feeling safe is it's not first. It's not like feeling always happy, joyful, or excited. It's okay to feel afraid sometimes, but we trust. Feeling safe, it's for me is we trust our path, we trust the guidance we receive, and we follow that. And as I mentioned in the beginning, having the flexibility, because sometimes the guidance can be more picking up from the collective or like our mind, because we want something that is not showing up. So sometimes we create events, or we translate events in ways that are different than the guidance. So it's more about having trust to just walk our path and experimenting through that. We learn through when we walk our path. Our intuition gets stronger, because through experimenting we start differentiating between what is ours and what is not. Because also sometimes, like when we feel to slow down, we slow down. But when we feel to take action, if we don't take action, we don't learn how to differentiate. It's like a practice, and the more we practice, the more it becomes easier for us to discern the difference. And the safety will come with time. The decisions become easier. We don't need the approval of others. We have that confidence in who we are. We know who we are. We share our truth safely, even though some people will not agree with that. We know that our gifts are not meant to everyone. Some people will resonate with them, others not. So it's and we become okay with that. We don't look for approval from everybody, and also self-love. We have more love toward ourselves when we go through a challenge, when we take an action and then we feel maybe guilty, or we feel shame about that. We are able to hold a space for ourselves. We understand that this is a journey. It hasn't been easier for us, and we do the best we can. So it's being able to like hold the hands of our inner child through that journey. And the more love we have toward ourselves, the more safe we feel about speaking our truth and walking our path.
Yeah, yeah, that definitely is very in resonance. I'm curious that do you remember maybe, one experience that scared you the most, like, and that you were guided to do something, or you feel like you should do something, but you were like really, I don't know, like, because some people are
Yeah.
more, like we have different memories and stuff, and then like upbringing. So, and how did you overcome that?
Maybe a couple of ones. The first one, because I was very, very religious. And before I got into first self-development and then spirituality.
Yeah.
And when I got into spirituality in the beginning, I was still like in between. And sometimes I was scared, like, am I on the wrong path? Because I was letting go of my old beliefs and become more like neutral, not being identified or following any predetermined path, but following my own path. And for me, in the beginning, that was so scary. I remember some nights I couldn't sleep because I didn't know like if what I was doing was right or wrong. But then, yeah, with time,
Yeah.
it just shifted. I felt more comfortable, more safe in my new path, and the more I spoke my truth, the more I was feeling more comfortable to show my path, because also at some point I was hiding that. So that was one. The other one was showing up, whether in the first podcast or Your Divine Uniqueness, when it first started, because I was also very scared to be out there. I remember, like, the first podcast, I postponed it. I don't remember how long, because I couldn't listen to my voice. Yeah, I remember that after recording. But yeah, it's at the time, like in the relationship I was in, I even tried to convince my ex to be the host, and for me, I will work in the background, but it was not her path. So I felt like, yeah, so this is my own path. I need to do that. And yeah, I mean, I kept doing it until I felt comfortable with it.
Yeah, that's so beautiful, right? So because I know many people do that. Like so many light workers wanted to share and the teaching, the healing, the light language, but then there's just constant. There's different type of fear and fear of rejection, and so it's hard to imagine you also had the moment of like not recording or recorded and not posted or things like that, because I feel many, it's almost like it's like initiation, right? Like we have to go through that in order to break free.
Yeah, yeah, it's more about letting go of those beliefs,
Yeah,
like step by step, slowly,
yeah.
at the pace that we can handle. Because also, like, the universe will give us what we can handle, even though we are scared. Like, if it shows up, it means like we have the ability to handle that.
Yeah, that's
So that's from my experience.
yeah, that's very, very beautiful. Um, so so I'm curious that because I know that I just love what I couldn't feel like so strongly about you talk about holding the inner child's hand, like holding your own hand. And can you share more about that? Like, your own, maybe one experience you wanted to share, and then so you can let audience like experience into, what we can do for ourselves, because I feel this is so necessary about having more love for ourselves through all the challenges. And well, challenges, but it's actually like breaking free, right? Like
Yeah,
embracing our own uniqueness. Yeah.
yeah, I've been doing that for a long time. Whenever I feel triggered, or sometimes I just lose it. I feel like so scared. I don't know what is happening. I lose total control, and it's then what I do is I just either I go to my room to stay alone, or in a place in nature where I can be alone to. It's like I start with the meditation, like with the breathing, and then I call in my inner child. In general, it's he sits on my lap, and I hug him. Sometimes I tell him that I'm sorry I wasn't present for you in the past. I didn't give you the love that you wanted. Maybe you didn't receive it from others, because also they are dealing with their own issues. And but I am here now, and know that from now on I will take this journey with you, and that we will go through this together. It's like they feel like there is some kind of support, like they are feeling heard and accepted as they are. And also you can tell your inner child that it doesn't matter what we did in the past. You are worthy the way you are. You are accepted as you are, and you are loved. If others can't give you love, I will give you love. And so it's more having that very gentle and loving discussion. It doesn't need to have like a goal or something, because sometimes we expect when we do a meditation or a practice that after that we will feel peaceful. And if we don't feel that way, we feel like there was something wrong, we didn't do it the right way. But even though if you do the meditation and after that you still feel that fear, discomfort, it's also like from time to time as you go through your day, like have this conversation that I am here for you. You talk to your inner child that you are there. And the more you practice that, it's like you start having more love toward yourself.
Yeah.
And for me, that was the most important thing I did, because it changed the way I took decisions. I
How?
trusted my path because of that. It changes for me, like it's like a natural result that happens. Like for me, what I believe, like the shift, it's more about it happening naturally. And when we have more love to ourselves, it really makes it like it's open the path, open our hearts, and it makes that transformation more natural, more easier, and more organic. And because many times we focus on the what is wrong, like what is out there, like the thing that we want to change in reality, but we don't take time to be with ourselves, to connect with ourselves, our inner child, and to have love for ourselves. And with time, I like some people, they started telling me they just can't be themselves when they are with me. They feel comfortable, they feel accepted. And I didn't do an effort to do that. It was just like results happening because of the relationship I had with myself. So yeah, I hope it's answered your question.
Yeah, no, it's very beautiful. It's very profound because that's what happened. I feel like in the end of the day, all the root cause of the issues and challenges we have is because we were never loved the way we needed, or a lot of us were just also not even seen and heard. So the fundamental healing is really to, like you were sharing, like to be to hold your own little boy's hand and just really allow yourself to emit that love for yourself, like different version of self. And I can feel that energy when you are talking about that, because I feel a person who is able to really accept and love themselves is the one that is easier to come into a peaceful state, right? Like it's almost like you have enough strength or enough stability to weather all to see all the weathers and different challenges, because it's almost like you have your anchor, because that's where you are, that's who you are. Like it's almost like you know yourself and you have a strong bond with yourself. And I feel a lot of times when we are, you know, struggling with finding our path or knowing what we're here to do or what decision to make, it's because we don't really know ourselves. That's my own experience, is that, I know what other people want, but I don't really know deep within, the true essence, or my, like a different part of my inner child. And I feel the more love we can give ourselves, like you were sharing, throughout the day, it's almost like making the decision easier. Like you were saying, the decision become natural because you know what you want, not from the mind, not from the outside approval, but from, like, what do I need? What do I want? What would be the best? And I feel inner child is very connected to our soul, right? So yeah,
and
beautiful.
also, I believe like we know ourselves more, like in as we walk the path, like we talked about earlier. And for me, it's like it happens through the whole lifetime, like in every step, every every experience with time, like we discover more and more about ourselves because we are part of the infinite. So it's like a never-ending discovery, and I guess it makes life more interesting.
Otherwise, you'd be
If we know
bored.
everything, yeah, we are done. I mean,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm curious that with this foundation, strong foundation of connection with our inner child, ourselves, you talk about the new path. What in your perception is the new path for you and maybe for everyone?
A new path can be experienced in different way. Like it can be like in the physical reality. Maybe you change career, you change place, you relationships, things like that. But also it can be about more energetic, like inner shifts, the way you see life, the way you see yourself, the way you create life, and also it doesn't mean when I talk about the physical reality, it can be you are already walking the path, but you will be like expanding, and it feels like a new stage in your life. And I feel that we are experiencing that. Many of us, we want to express who we are in a different way, in a more expanded way that we were not used to, and because this is something new, like for the human part of ourselves doesn't know that. And when the mind doesn't know something, like it needs like some image to, and then it feels safe. So I know what is happening, but because it's unknown, so it's more like what we talked about, the practices. They are helping us to find safety in the unknown, because the old way was to find safety in the known, in what is there, and staying there. But now we are more called to find that safety in the unknown as we walk the path.
Mm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that was the answer.
That's beautiful because I think we are all like being provided with a lot of changes in our life, right? And things we think we need to be doing. Like you were saying, we attach to a certain vision, but I think even that vision is being updated. So I know you are going to guide the group through a transmission, a journey.
Mm.
Do you feel you wanted to do the journey first, or you want to ask
Yes,
some question? Okay.
yeah, we can do that.
Okay. And
Uh,
we'll answer the question. So, people can raise hands. We will answer the question. I
okay,
know Joy already asked a question. We'll do that after the
okay.
journey. Okay.
Um, or maybe we end with it. But I
Ah,
saw,
okay. Then we
because
can.
it can be relaxing.
Okay, that's true. Okay. So, we have a question from Joy that she said, I recently realized that very often I can receive information from the collective field, but but it was just a projection from other people. How do we make the difference between projection and real insight? How do you make the difference? How do you tell the
Yeah,
difference? Yeah.
yeah, that's something I've been experiencing,
Mhm.
and it can create some kind of confusion because sometimes we like the projection. It can feel like real guidance, and here again, it's about experimenting slowly, and also it's taking time to feel into the choices, and then when you make a decision, like be flexible um, in the actions that you are guided to, because you can adapt after that. It doesn't mean that you will stay that way, because later you will feel if this is something serving you or not. And for me in general, like the guidance that's true guidance that comes to me in general, it's more gentle. It can be subtle sometimes. And projection, they can be loud. Like they have like very strong energy sometimes. It's like it takes your attention. But then when I give it more time, it's I feel into it if it's something that I really give attention to, or just a projection. But most of the time, the true guidance that comes to me, it's a gentle, and also it gives me the choice. Like in the end, it's my choice. I have the free will, and many times, like it can be very subtle. Maybe I can see it, but I don't give it importance because it's subtle and there are so many things happening. But when we take time to slow down, to ground, to meditate, when we are used to like the subtle energies, it becomes easier to recognize those guidances. So yeah, for me, like it's with the practice and experimenting and being flexible, and try to feel in each one. And with time, it's like a exercise. With time, you will start differentiating because everyone they receive guidance, intuitive guidance in their own unique way. So it's not like we talk about in the show about intuition and receiving guidance and different ways, but those is just to start with. So this is what I believe. We start with those, but then you develop your own way of communicating with your higher self and your spirit guides. So also having that flexibility to learn your own unique way. And yeah, so that's my answer.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I think it just, yeah, for a lot of people, probably the body sensation will tell a lot as well. I actually suddenly got a ping of a question in the field. It's just interesting. About if we are walking on our path, like opening up to our unique gifts, and like you were saying that we would be attached to a certain way, it should come out. But what about money? I feel like it's almost like yeah, I think spiritually we know that we are abundant and we will be provided for, but sometimes some people have more responsibility or whatever the background is. It's almost like the new path versus financial stability, for example, or resources, right? Like whatever they need. How what's your
Yeah,
advice?
yeah, that's a big subject, and yeah, it happened to me many times where I am in a situation like there is something that happens or an event that requires uh, an investment, and when it shows up at that point, I have no idea how it will happen. But I would say like what I've been doing, it's more getting used to connect to the infinite source of abundance that is available to you. It's more I do that in meditation because, as we say, like we used to believe that the source of abundance is out there in the physical reality, but in fact we created that first, and when we hold that energy, then it shows up, and also because sometimes we believe that we should work hard for it to come to us. So it's more like during the meditation you can practice asking question, what if it's possible to receive what I need? Because when you do that, you can go slowly with the limiting beliefs that you have. For example, it's hard to receive money. It's hard to, it's not easy to experience abundance. So you start first slowly by asking questions, And then you can imagine it's like there is a source of energy that you connect to. It's like this is just representative image. And this is your source of supply, the source of your true power as divine creator. And it's like you can feel the energy. It's like golden energy coming to your body, and every cell in your body, you accept it. You say, I allow myself to receive. I allow myself to receive. Um, and then you just stay in that energy. It's like it expands with time, and you stay in it. And you keep practicing that, even though what is showing up in the physical reality, sometimes it can create a lot of doubt. So it seems like nothing is changing, but it's like with practice, you start believing that it's possible. And for me, like every time the support I needed showed up on the right timing, and it's like it gives you like more trust that you will receive what you need. You are supported along the way. So that's the energetic parts. And then along the way, if you feel guided to do something, to take an action, you follow that. Because sometimes there can be things that we can do, and they can open the door to new sources.
Yeah,
Um,
that's beautiful. Yeah, I think we have people respond. Yes, that's a great question.
mm,
Yeah, this is very present in the field. I love that. I love that connecting to the creator source.
yeah, and also another thing, if it starts showing up, because many times like we set the abundance level that we can experience. It's like we create a limit because of limiting beliefs. And when maybe money starts to flow, then it's like we close that door. It feels like, so this is the limit, this is enough. But it's more about stretching that limit, keep doing the practice, even though it starts flowing. And you can ask your guides if you feel connected to other beings to support you through that. And you can also maybe say, I command what is already mine to come to me, and then just let it go. So yeah.
And you said when the Tao comes up, when the Tao comes up, what do we do? We just keep doing.
Yeah, I keep doing the practice.
Yeah,
Uh,
right.
it's every morning, and it's also like the part of holding the space for ourselves when like a challenge, doubt, trauma comes up. Sometimes we need to have time to feel those fears, because when we want to create abundance, obviously the limiting beliefs will show up. All that we believe that this is not possible, they will show up. So, and they will trigger dense emotions. So also like taking the time to feel those without getting identified by them, because sometimes we believe that those are the reality and who we are, and then we get stuck with that. So you don't need to do it 100% like in one sitting. You can feel it, but then if it feels like very difficult, maybe you can ask someone who can hold the space for you, or maybe you can do another activity, go for a walk, be in nature, and maybe a workout. It depends, like something that you like, and that can help you to soften the energy as well. So it can happen on different times.
Yeah, that's very beautiful addition. Yeah. So, well, connecting to your special offer, because I know you host space for individual as one-on-one session. Would you like to share how do you usually support people, like talk about your
Yeah.
offer? Yeah.
Um, so in the past 3 years, I've been mainly doing the group sessions. But recently also I started doing one-on-one sessions. And for example, what happened recently, um, in one is she needed, it's like she felt there were some kind of block in moving forward, in sharing her gifts, like moving to the next level. She already started, but um, she needed to be open to more bigger opportunities and having the courage to do that. So there was the guidance, like we talked about the different limiting beliefs that's came through. So in general, it's more intuitive guidance, and then I hold the space. So it's the energetic part of it. It's me with beings I'm connected to, mainly for now Pleiadians and my guides, and also I uh, I ask the other person's guides, they are present as well, and then we hold the space energetically. So there is some energy work that can help to shift um, those limiting beliefs and patterns. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, and there are 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's definitely so. I would encourage people to ask questions or just, yeah, I feel like Moncef holds a very beautiful space. It's like because of your practice, right? Because of your own healing journey, you're able to hold a space that allow people to breathe. Like it's very open, it's very spaciousness, it's like flowy, so people can truly relax. And I feel that is such a beautiful quality, and that shows on your platform as a speaker. I can attest to that too. And I'm sure I can feel that in your healing session you also hold that space for people to truly allow their heart to open and allow healing to come through without just like this lightness and this easefulness. Yeah. I also feel you are very angelic, but I'm sure you know that. But Palladian definitely also very, yeah, it's like very loving. I feel very, very loving. Do
Yeah.
you want to talk more about your Palladian teams, like your experience
Yeah.
there? You want to introduce them a bit more? Oh, you
Hi everyone. so,
start channeling.
so for me, it's more like energetic channeling than messages.
Okay.
Uh, so the work that is done, it's more energetic. It's and it's also experienced in the group sessions. It's like everyone, like they know where they are in their journey and what they need, like to receive or the support they receive in order to shift the energetic patterns that can support them in their path. And it can be different from one person to the other, even though if we are on a group or one-on-one. So it can be specific to each and every one. And for me, it's like I allow it's like a vessel for the energy to go through and to be shared. So this is mainly how the collaboration is done
Yeah, yeah.
with them.
Beautiful. I feel like I can almost see them. I have to say that I have not checked the YouTube. I don't know if there are live questions on YouTube.
I'm checking it. Don't
Sorry.
worry.
Obviously, the host is not that well prepared. I'm just too excited. I also want to
Yeah, I
ask.
just want to say thank you to Isco for the comments, and also hi everyone on YouTube who are with us.
Yeah. Hi everyone on YouTube watching the replay. We have you in our field together, so good. Before we go on to the journey, do you feel like there's anything you want to add about embrace your uniqueness?
Mm.
Love you. Oh, thank you, Annette.
Thank you, Anna.
I include myself.
Um, yeah, about uniqueness is like I mentioned earlier, it's something that will show up naturally because we believe that we should do something that no other person is doing it. But it's more about the way we're experiencing things, the way we are expressing ourselves, and what happens, like the experience that the others will have. It's not just the physical experience, but there is some energy happening into it, and many times you can like feel the energy is different, like two people doing the same thing, but it just feel different between from one person to the other, and many times we try to figure out what is our unique path, what are our unique gifts. When we let go of trying to know exactly what they are, and when we start walking the path, they will show up. The more we have love to ourselves, when there is some trauma coming up, the fear, we hold the space for our inner child. Along the path, they will show up, and sometimes you will be surprised. You will be doing things that you never expected to do, and they can look similar to others, or maybe they can look very, very different. Because at some points, it's not important, because you know that what you are doing, it's coming from your heart, and the way you do it, it's unique, and you don't need anymore to compare yourself to others to see if what you are doing is important or not, because you just know it, and you keep sharing your light, you keep sharing your gifts, and yeah, like you really can be surprised like how things will unfold. Like also for me, like things I never expected I would be doing, it just showed up. Things I gave up on, I was able along the way to experience those like passions and things like that. So yeah, so this is what I would like to share.
Yeah, that is so beautiful. Like so well said. Yeah, I love what you said about being unique. Like the old paradigm or the inversion is want us to find out where we are, how we are unique, but actually we are unique by nature, right? By design. Just you said the way we experience things and the energy we bring through. So I love that so much. Thank you so much for such a wise transmission. Yeah, do you feel ready to guide us through a cosmic journey?
Yeah.
Then take us
Yeah.
away.
Uh, yeah, it sounds fancy.
It is. I feel very special. I'm ready.
um, yeah, so let's see. Yeah, thank you, Velvet, for your comments on YouTube. And yeah, so I will give a brief introduction about the process. So in the beginning, I start by inviting our higher selves, our spirit guides, and the beings who are here with us. And I will be sharing some short intuitive guidance in the beginning, and then I will stay silent for a few minutes. And so the work will be done energetically, so there is nothing that you need to do on your side. From time to time, I will remind you to take a deep breath, so just to help you to come back to the present. But if you find yourself like not being present, it's fine. So don't worry about that. And also, what's like the shift that's happened recently in the way I've been doing that is now the energies are also helping to connect to the fullness of who we are, because many times through past experiences, like the challenging ones, we give away our power, and sometimes it feels like we give away our energy to that experience, to those people. It can be this lifetime, it can be past life, it can be also inherited from our ancestors or picked up from the collective. So it's like our energy, it's like scattered everywhere, and there's so much distraction. So it's the energy work. It's more about going on the soul level and calling back that energy to come back to our wholeness. So yeah, so let's start. So I invite you to take 3 deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose, then exhale through your mouth. And I will let you do the breathing at your own pace. And now I invite our higher selves, our spirit guides, the Pleiadians are here, and also other beings. Yeah, I feel the energy coming strong. So this is more about feeling safe in your light, feeling safe in being who we are, expressing your truth, and walking your path. Because many times with the distractions that we experience, that can trigger a lot of traumas that come to the surface at once. We can experience lots of fear, lots of confusion, doubts, and even at times we feel like giving up on what we want to create. We believe that it's not possible. And then we don't feel safe in being who we are, in the choices that we make, and in the path that we want to follow. Take a deep breath. So the first thing to know is that you don't need to figure out everything from the beginning. Because when you are in that state of being, of letting go, you let go of a lot of pressure that you need to experience what you want on a certain timing, that your path should show up in the way you expect it. It's more about staying with that energy of flow, being flexible with how things will flow to us, and being open to our highest good. Because sometimes the choices that we make also can be limited to what we already know. But what the universe can provide us is much greater and can be much fulfilling to us. And the challenges that we experience they are not here to like slow us down or tell us that there is something wrong for us. They are happening as a way to direct us, to show us where is our strength, where are our gifts, even though when we are in the midst of the challenge, we can't see that. But when we keep holding the space for ourselves, offering love to ourselves as much as we can, if it's very challenging, we can also ask for support from others. But know that this is temporary, like everything in life is temporary. But once you go through that experience, later realize the gifts that it showed you. You have more trust, you believe in yourself, in your truth, and you are more open to greater things to show up in your path. So take a deep breath. And now I will stay silent for a couple minutes. So, like I said, there is nothing to do on your end, just be in that space and receive. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And also, I would like to share again a message I shared earlier is if you feel like you've been maybe fighting all your life to create what you need in your life, like create some space for you to just allow things to come to you in an easier way, and just watch how things will show up. So take a deep breath. And yeah, thank you very much for being part of this journey. I thank ourselves, spirit guides, the Pleiadians, and the beings who have been with us. And now I invite everyone to come back to your own energetic space. And yeah, thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you, Moncef. That was Beautiful, and that was powerful. I wonder what everyone's experience is. If you are willing to share, please type in the chat or you want to unmute yourself. And I wanted to share actually. I raised my hand. Yeah, so lately I've been working, become aware and working on something is that I have always been struggling with like perfectionism and being like afraid of making mistakes or not not doing good enough. And so that stopped me from taking a lot of actions, that stopped me from starting projects. And I think I didn't connect the dot. It was when I was, in Taiwan growing up, between 12 to 15, I was in this system that, we have the full score is 100 points. And then if sometime if you answer wrong question, you get minus 15 or minus 20 points. And I remember all the 3 years, if we like every time when we miss 1 point, we get to be punished. So, usually it's the the I don't know, physical punishment, or we have to do like frog squat, like jumping around the classroom, like one round for 1 point. So I think that's how I spent my 3 years of, you know, trying to be 100 points, because there's physical pain associated with that. And I feel so I've been really wanting to let that go and heal that part. And I think it comes up in the session. So, um, I just feel
Yeah.
like I wanted to allow that to be, I don't know, transformed or liberated so that I don't need to be perfect or stuck in perfectionism. And
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that and being vulnerable. Because it's very inspiring. Many times the physical pain can have a big effect on us and how we see ourselves and what we believe in ourselves. But yeah, when we recognize that and we allow it to just transform over time, it's like the amount of love that we can have toward ourselves can really be huge and really beautiful. Um, and and also it can be an inspiration to others because many they experience um, the same thing, but they don't know how to deal with it. They they are not even aware that was affecting them. So yeah, thank you for sharing this.
yeah, thank you for allowing me to share. So, I,
Yeah, we have comments about what you shared.
yeah, we have,
Annette, thank you for what is it? I lost.
I think,
Thank you
Annette's,
for sharing your
yes.
vulnerability. Joy, how freeing. Thanks. Linda, you are perfect just the way you are. Let it go. We are all holding space for you, dear Rayania. So much love from Katarina. Um, Elena on YouTube, she wrote Taiwan. Cool.
It's a cool country. It's had some history.
Yes.
Yeah. Linda also said,
Um,
thank you both so much. Still enjoying the beautiful flow of love, of light, and the peacefulness all around me. That's so beautiful. Yeah. And Annette said, thank you, Moncef, for sharing your love and wisdom. Yeah.
thank you.
So I have so much self-doubt and unworthiness to overcome, and the self-love you talk about is the most important thing to learn. That's right, Annette. Yeah, beautiful.
On YouTube, 3 score rods. Thank you so much. Lots was worked on my energy field. Elena, she said "Shishe" again. And,
Oh, wow.
which is thank you.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
she
Moncef also
mentioned
speaks
meditation.
Chinese.
Yeah,
I know you speak a
yeah.
little Chinese too.
I speak 2 words very fluently.
The important words.
Yeah. She wrote meditation with Moncef, also cool, and I do feel better.
Mm,
Thank you, Elena.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely, yeah, Joy said, I so much enjoyed this conversation. It was fun, insightful, deep, but light, and not so serious as we are used to be with spirituality. Yeah. We're a good partner. Co-creation. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, such wisdom you shared. Self-love to inner child part was beautiful. Thank you, Moncef.
Thank
And
you.
wishing, that's from Deborah. Wishing so much love to all from Linda. Such a wonderful and fun call. Thank you, Linda. Thank you for being here. Oh, we have a
Thank you.
we have a raising hand. So you
Yeah,
wanna,
that's
yeah.
Sue.
Oh, Sue, please
Yeah.
unmute.
Can you unmute yourself?
Hi, Moncef. It is Sue.
Sue.
That was a beautiful process today, and you had a great host that interviewed you too. Anyway, I had seen a lot of different colors, like the purples, the blues, and I almost could feel the Palladians were here. That's the first time I really kind of felt them. But my one question is, how do you know when your higher self is talking to you or the guides? What would be the difference?
For me, in my body, for example, the Pleiadians, it's more on the left back. It's like I ask question when I feel a connection, and when I say like their name, I feel it in part of my body. This is how I started differentiating between them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I hear like one word or just some words, and I try to discern then like who's talking to me. And then I think when I see the colors, though, I know it's my guides.
Yeah, it can be like different from one person to the other. Like for you, the colors. For me, the body sensation. It can be so. It depends on like which intuitive clairs are more open to the others. We have all of them, but we have some more open to compared to the others.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, for me, it's like asking, "Who are you?" and trying to feel where they are.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes, and it was a beautiful process. Thank you for that. It was a
Yeah,
great
of
show
course.
today, and thank you for all the healing you have given me throughout your shows. Much
Yeah, of course.
appreciated.
Yeah.
Lots
Thank
of
you for
love.
being.
Thank you, and take care.
Much love. You too.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Moncef. Do you have any more loving parting words for us before we come to as we are all bathing in this bubble of love and joy?
Um, yeah, just be gentle with yourself. You are doing the best you can, and there's always support available for you, like more than you can imagine. It's just remind yourself about that, and when you forget, and yeah, just be gentle with yourself along the path. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Moncef, and thank you for having me, allowing me to co-create with you. I'm so honored and very grateful. And it definitely was so much fun. So And I would invite everybody, like really whoever you feel called, just like, book the session with Moncef. I think it's going to be very powerful. And it's the love that you deserve to receive, as we are all one. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rania. Yeah, I really love the experience with you. You are really a great host.
Thank you. I love doing this.
Joshua Rania, your laughter is so contagious and refreshing. Thank you. Yeah, so also thank you very much, everyone, for co-creation with us. This experience today, for your presence, for your energy. Really feel grateful for that time with you and for you being present here, whether on the live or on the replay. And yeah, so I'm sending you so much love, and we will see you on next Tuesday with Ryan.
Oh yeah, next Tuesday is me. Hey, everybody, remember to tune
We
in.
switch. I will be the host.
Okay. Bye everyone. Take care.
Bye everyone.